Society teach us that a woman that is alone, there is something wrong with her. That's not true. That's not true. That is a powerful woman that is looking at herself to know what's right for her so she can create from this point something that is meaningful and is aligned with her needs and her values. Today's video is going to be a bit different. It's going to be a more emotional, a more personal. And maybe in what I'm going to share, you're going to recognize yourself and you want to know more. Maybe you're a woman and maybe you feel alone right now. Maybe you feel vulnerable. Maybe you feel like, is this love relationship will come into my life, or I don't have any friends, or my friends don't resonate with me on a deep level. So I want to share with you what I've learned from my journey. As I am 40 years old plus, and that's what I've learned from walking alone and being alone. I had this conversation a few days ago about this girl that she was telling me that she met this guy and they were in a relationship for a few months and she truly loved him. But that person said to her that he could feel that she was not 100% herself and it made him uncomfortable. And she couldn't understand that straight away. And she was really upset with him and she was denying that she was hiding part of herself. But a few days ago when she confessed that, she was telling me her story, she told me that actually after a while she realized that yes, she was hiding part of herself because she was scared of losing him if she was really showing who she was. And she's a healer and she loves that about herself, like putting candles, healing her friends and doing witch things, like beautiful witch, of course, like healing things. But she hid it from him because she was scared of being judged and let go of, or like abandoned. And abandonment is also a big issue because sometimes, because of the fear of being abandoned, we decide to hide part of ourselves, either in relationship, in friendship, because we feel that those parts will not be welcomed and loved. But we have to love those parts of ourselves in order to be fully authentic and show up as we are. And that's when the true authentic people in our lives will come. This partner that you crave will come, that will love you for who you are fully, truly. And that is so essential to understand because I know walking alone is not easy things to do. But also sometimes we're surrounded by 10 people, 20 people, 30 people. We have a big circle, but we can feel so lonely inside. So the number of people that we have around us, it doesn't mean that we are not alone because we can still feel lonely. But it's about, can I show up as my true authentic self around these people and still feel accepted for who I am? And if you are not, those people are not for you. But first, it's about embracing that part of ourselves that maybe we are hiding because of shame, because of, at some point in our lives, we were bullied for that part of us. Maybe we were rejected. But as soon as we accept this part or those parts of us that were felt rejected or judged or abandoned, that's when we will fully be ourselves as a whole. And that's how our vibration will attract someone in our life that match all those parts of us that we will have accepted. So, of course, walking alone allows us to do that for a while because when we are alone, it allows us to reflect on who we are, who we truly are deep inside and what resonates and what doesn't anymore. And that's not an easy path. Of course it's not. But it's an essential path in order to feel and to understand who we are. I know that my journey, for years, I have been alone. But I reach a point that I'm not lonely anymore. That I have accepted the part of myself that I was hiding before because they were judged, because they were not loved by others. But I was not loving those parts of myself. And therefore, it was a very lonely journey. Even if I was surrounded by so many people, I felt lonely inside because that part of me that I was hiding felt lonely because I was not looking at her and telling her that she was beautiful and that I accepted her. So how do you want people to accept you fully for who you are if you don't accept fully who you are and all the part of who you are? And that's for sure. It means that at some point you have to sit with yourself for a while and really question yourself. Who am I? What is it that is important to me? What makes me happy? Do I have any parts of myself that I'm rejecting right now because of the fear to not be in a social group or to be in this relationship? But let me tell you, my love, at some point this part is going to knock on the door and tell you, hey, I'm here. I need you to see me. I need you to love me. Please. And often this part is the child, the inner child of you, those parts of you as a child that were rejected, that were not seen, loved, heard, and understood. And your job right now as an adult is to look at your inner child and these parts of you that you have rejected and not loved for such a long time. It's time to look at those parts and embrace them and accept them so other people can do the same for you. And it's not the other way around, seeking outside validation so you can feel accepted inside. It's the other way around. And for that, yes, that's true. It means sitting with yourself for a while and walking alone. And it's not for everyone, and it's not easy. I know that. Because I did struggle for many years with that. I went through the dark night of the soul because I was not resonating with anyone outside. Because I had so much awareness, but I was not accepting that. So I was not ready to let go of my outside life, my friendship, my love relationship. But at some point, everything crumbled because I could not stand in authenticity. And the authenticity comes with accepting those parts of yourself. That's how to be authentic starts. But it means sitting with yourself. Yes, journaling, meditating. And it's not easy. And letting go of what doesn't resonate with you anymore. So cry, journal, meditate, cry some more. I know that I have cried so much when I did let go of my love relationship because it was inauthentic. It was based on a lie of who I was, where I was not that person that I was pretending to be. And once I started to show up all the part of myself, it was not matching the energy of my ex-partner. And it was not easy to let go. It was not. But I had to do it in order to accept all the part of me. And that's when I had to let go of toxic relationship or misaligned relationship. You know, as an empath, as a highly sensitive person, because when you have so much awareness, you can feel other people's energy. I had to build strong boundaries for myself. And for that, I had to let go of what wasn't aligned with me. The toxicity, the toxic relationship that was using my empathy to thrive. And I'm not blaming other people because I play the game. But at some point you have to take responsibility for yourself and be like, enough, I'm done with this. I have to stand up for myself because I'm loving myself. And it starts with love, self-love and self-worth and self-esteem. You cannot be in a relationship and not loving parts of yourself and being like, oh, I'm too fat, or I'm too ugly, or I'm too this, or I'm too that. Because you're going to attract people that are going to be attracted to those wounds and being like thriving from it and using that unconsciously or consciously, but most of the time unconsciously, to manipulate. And if you don't have strong boundaries because you love yourself so much, you're not going to thrive and you're not going to have aligned and authentic and trustworthy relationships. So if you want to have love in your life, if you want to have this beautiful partner, you have to show up as yourself. And it starts with being empowered and loving all the part of you. So that person can love all the part of you because you're showing up as who you are. You see, an empath, imagine, life is like a bubble, right? The empath takes a very small part of the bubble. He wants the other person take completely the other part. So imagine the empath is going to take 25% of the bubble, right? The life. So they're going to attract a narcissist that is going to take 75% of that bubble. Like me. And the empath is making itself small. But the work is like taking space. So the empath can take 50% of the space of the love relationship, right? So he can attract that person that is going to take 50%. So it's a balance. It's a balance connection. An imbalance one is when you take just a little space, because you're going to attract the people that's going to take all the space, as we call them narcissists. And that's not what you want. That's not a healthy relationship. A healthy relationship is when you take 50% of the space and the other person takes 50% of the space, because they are so comfortable in their own bubble that the two bubbles can connect as one and create one loving bubble. But because they are so comfortable in their own bubble. And that's how you walk towards life. Not merging, not fusion. Because if one disappears, then what is left? You're going to crumble and going to look for the other person to feel, I need another relationship to feel myself, to fusion, so I can be like safe. That's not how you create safety. You create safety by being empowered as one. And by integrating all the part of you that makes you completely self-reliant, loved. You love all those parts of you. And then you're going to attract that person that is healthy too. And I know it's not easy. I know that. Because if today I'm working with hypnosis and I'm working with the subconscious mind, is because I know that it's such a powerful tool to reprogram your mind and your wounds, so you can accept those parts of you. Because understand that as a child, often that's why we create those wounds. Those wounds were created, right? So the subconscious mind records all those beliefs and blockages that we have inside of us, and then recreate that over and over again as an adult until that you look at it. But you don't look at it just from a conscious point. You look at it from a subconscious point, and hypnosis helps you do that completely. So that's why on my channel you can find hypnosis sessions. So I help you to create that, to reprogram your mind, so you can feel empowered and accept all the part of you that maybe at some point you rejected and you still reject. And that from here, you create again and again the same reality. Of course, when you walk alone, you have to create and embrace self-reliance. You have to trust yourself. You have to learn to trust yourself, because there is no one else that is going to come to save you. No one else. And if someone tells you, I'm going to save you, they're lying, because the only person that can save you is yourself, because it comes from an inside place. It's an inner job. So once you trust yourself and all the parts of you start to trust you, the adult version of you, that's when you will attract the trustworthy relationship in your life. That love relationship that you crave, this friendship that you crave. And I know it's not an easy journey, I do know, because we have learned that we have to be surrounded by people to feel safe. Society teaches us that a woman that is alone, there is something wrong with her. That's not true. That's not true. That is a powerful woman that is looking at herself to know what's right for her, so she can create from this point something that is meaningful and is aligned with her needs and her values. So it's challenging to detach from these parts of society that are judging us. I don't have kids. And I know it's a very sensitive subject for many women, because many women that I meet now do not want to have kids. No, it's not because we don't love kids. I love kids. But my choice has been to not have kids, because I've never met someone that I wanted to have kids with that I didn't feel like this partner is going to be my life partner, because I know better that I wanted to have kids, for the kids to have that partner, to create that safety for him. Because a woman that raises a kid on her own is the most challenging things. I know I received hundreds of women in my office to help them manage being a single mom. And I know how challenging that is, because you have to be the parent, you have to be the man and the woman. You have to reinforce boundaries and be strong, and at the same time loving and nurturing. And that's super challenging. Many single women are struggling as a single parent. Comment down below if you are one, and let me know how you are navigating to be a single parent. So that's why my journey has been to not have a kid. And many young people now today do not want to have kids. So I'm super curious, why don't you want to have kids? Let me know. I know that for me, it's a choice, because I have decided to help others to navigate very many journeys, healing journey. And I would not have been as present for a kid. And I know that. And at the same time, it's heartbreaking, because of course I wanted to fit that box of a woman in a relationship with a kid and a family and the house, etc., etc. But that's not been my soul journey. My soul journey is empowering women and men and helping them navigating the journey that they are, figuring out that journey that life is. And God, we all know that it's not always easy. I know that for me, as a mixed race woman, being from a black father, having a black father, I start again. I know that my journey as a mixed race, biracial woman, having a white mother and a black father, has been very challenging, because I grew up in a white environment where they always saw me as a black person, but I didn't grow up with my father. So I was never around black people. I don't know really the challenges that they had as a black people, but at the same time I know, because white people always saw me as a black person, and the black person was always seeing me as a white person. So I never really felt like I belong anywhere. So I really felt out of place, and I always felt that there was something wrong with me for not being accepted in any communities. So that's where my healing journey really started, because I was shaming myself, feeling not worthy enough to be in any of those communities or being truly recognized as any of those communities. And that was challenging. And I reproduced that over and over and over again with my relationship, my friendship, really always feeling out of place and really feeling like I'd never belonged anywhere. Until then, I really started to look deep inside myself to understand where this came from and how could I change it or accept it, and being fully who I am as a beautiful biracial woman. And this is who I am. I am white and black. And I love that about myself. And I want anyone watching this video to love that about themselves, whoever you are, whoever your sexuality is, or your color is, or your mixed race is, to fully embrace who you are and the beauty of who you are, no matter how you've been rejected or unloved at some point for those characteristics. So my love, yes, walking alone is not an easy path. It is not, but it is an essential path in order to understand who you are on a deep level, so you can fully show up for yourself and the people, the connection outside of you. Love, relationship, friendship, whatever you are craving, money, which is a beautiful energy, will match also to your vibration and will come towards you according to of who you are and all the parts of you that you embrace and you accept within yourself. And let me tell you this, it is not an easy video that I'm doing right now, because for the longest time, I was hiding myself. I was comfortable in my office, welcoming one person after another for more than 10 years. But the deep things that was calling me was doing YouTube videos so I could help more people. But I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that because I was not accepting a part of myself that wanted to hide because she felt like she couldn't show up because she will be judged or rejected. But here I am. I'm showing you that it's possible, that you can do it too. That if you want to thrive today, whatever you feel like you would like to do, you can do it and nothing is going to happen. You're not going to die. You're not going to, even if you are judged, even if you are rejected by some comments, by some people, that's okay. I want this part of you that is hiding or judging or scared today to hear me out and knows that you got this and you can do it, because some people will know that you're doing it for them and they will be so proud of you and they will thank you to show up, because that's how they feel too. And it's a ripple effect. And if today's video is reaching one person, and if I can help one person, I will be fully, fully happy. And I know that what I'm doing right now has a meaning. And it's okay. So yes, my love, thriving alone is a journey. But you are not alone on this journey, even if maybe you feel alone. And if you feel that being vulnerable is the most difficult thing, yes, it is. But as soon as you are thriving and accepting that you are not alone on this journey and there is no part of you that should be judged by you as weak or too vulnerable or too empath or too sensitive, it means that the people that are doing that are not good enough for you. They are not on the same level for you. And that's okay. Just let go. Because the people that are truly meant for you, they will show up. They will show you that love. But you have to do that for yourself first. So I encourage you to check out my hypnosis session and do it and show up for yourself by doing those sessions. Then I offer for free. So, because if I'm doing that, it's because I want to see you thrive. I want to see you feel good. I want to see you having the beautiful life that you deserve. So the world, the children, we live in a world that we feel better about ourselves. And our vibration will rise and we will live in a world that will feel better. But it starts with ourselves. So that's it for today, my love. That was a very personal and raw video. But just know that you are not alone on this path. That I love you, I see you, and I wish that you do the same for you, and you can start now. So I see you in the next video.